There is a saying, dynamite comes in small packages. 19-year-old Lilian Baber is proof of that. Baber is a trailblazing female cyclist who is making waves in the male-dominated sport. Though she is still young, she has a string of national and international titles under her belt. Growing up on a farm in Vaalwater, Baber's cycling journey began at a young age, inspired by her father and brothers who are also cyclists. She has been honing her skills on the bicycle tracks on her family's farm, gaining invaluable experience in a familiar and supportive environment. With role models like Yolanda Nev, she has since become a force to be reckoned with. She has been competing in cross-country and marathon events and representing South Africa at the World Championships.
Well, I started cycling as a very young girl. My older brothers, I have two older brothers, and my dad used to cycle, and I wanted to participate with them. So we started marathon riding, and as we got older, we progressed to cross country. Started in the Limpopo school series race, actually, down in Vaalwater. And I think the cross country and me, we just had a little bond there, and I really enjoyed it. And I never wanted to go back to marathon after that. And inspiration-wise, I think my biggest inspiration growing up was Yolanda Neff. I always saw her on TV, and I was just like, I want to be like her when I grow up, and winning all the World Cups and stuff. And I think she started my inspiration, and I just wanted to build and build and build. And then I kept watching, and I think my main goal is to go to the Olympics. But I think one of the main challenges you face as a woman is lack of competition, especially in South Africa. There are more men to women. So overcoming the challenge was quite hard. I had to go overseas, and it's such a shock to the system, going from South Africa where you have like 2 or 3 competition to 50 riders that every single one of them is at your level or above your level. So I think that is the biggest challenge in cycling in South Africa, especially in cross country. Not a lot of women compete the older you get. Luckily at a young age, there's still a few.
Baber believes that women's cycling can be promoted and supported better through more events, sponsorship and training.
I think when you get to a certain level, not even when you get to a certain level, but I think all the older women should try and inspire younger girls to get into cycling. And a lot of young girls look up to you, I think a lot, and a lot of people don't notice this, and that you get them into cycling. Like if you go there and they want to talk to you, I think you should just talk to them and try and inspire them as you go, and never critique or anything. I mean, I have been to certain races where men have been interviewed, and I finished the exactly same position in the exactly same age group, and I was not interviewed. So I think it does hurt a little bit that the men get more recognition, especially in coverage over on TV and stuff. It's not like the biggest thing, but also women's events are normally more early in the day, so there's less people to watch it. Yeah, it's quite a hard thing, but also we can't personally do anything about it, like as the athletes. But I think these days people are getting more and better at covering women's sport. So I think it's a couple more years and we'll get hopefully even coverage.
Conventional wisdom among cyclists holds that the rider, not the bike, is the decisive factor in a competition. However, Baber takes a different view, emphasizing the significant impact that a bike can have on a cyclist's performance.
A lot of people say it's not about the bike, it's about the athlete, but I think at a certain level it's about the bike a little bit. Like there's a very big difference between carbon and aluminium. So I think when you get to a certain level, yeah, if you have a specialized versus if you have a Scott, it doesn't make a difference. But if you have a entry level bike versus a professional bike at a professional level, it will make a huge difference. So yeah, I think it is a little bit about the bike, but definitely about the rider. A big challenge for women is skills. The men have more skills than women, it's a known fact. And a lot of women, I think, need skills training. They don't think they need it, but I think we do need it to progress in our sport. Not even if you want to be a professional, if you ride around, you're a weekend rider, I think it's really important to have skills and the ability to ride over certain obstacles. Very important. It progresses you as a cyclist a lot more than people think. And just being able to do a little rock garden can take you to a whole different level. So I think that's a big challenge we face, is also a lot of people underestimate women and think, okay, they can't do that. But with the right training and the right skills, I think everyone will be able to do it.
Although Baber's father is supportive of his daughter's cycling ambitions, he acknowledges that nurturing a professional cyclist comes with a hefty price tag. Nevertheless, he urges other parents to encourage their children to participate in sports, emphasizing the value of unwavering support.
The most challenging would probably be a financial. It's a very expensive sport, and to actually finance the sport and to make sure that she actually gets to a top level, because you can't do something half-heartedly. If you want to be a professional, you've got to really commit completely. And in order to do that, the financial strain on a family can be quite severe. So the way we sort of overcame those challenges was looking for sponsorship, and have got partial sponsorship from very generous people, and that's given her the opportunity and the ability to go and race overseas and race domestically at a high level. My advice to parents is to make sure that kids have fun on their bikes, and not to put too much emphasis on results, but just on the actual journey, building character in your child, and not actually expecting too much from them. Let that expectation and that drive come from them as an athlete, and just be supportive, and again, to keep it fun.
Baber is encouraging women to take up cycling. As she pedals her way to success, she's leaving a trail of inspiration for generations to come. I'm Koke Jomotao, SABC News, Vaalwater.